Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming at you with a wear and tear video of my Chanel wallet on chain in the black lambskin and silver hardware. So for those who don't know, this is my very first ever luxury piece I ever got, aside from makeup, but yeah, this is the bag that really has started it all for me. Just a quick background. This was like, for me, this was a test to see if I liked the whole Chanel handbag type of thing, and also if a jumbo classic flap would work out for me. And yeah, ever since then I have loved this piece, and I do have my Chanel Jumbo Classic Flap because of this piece. But that's for another video. This video is about wear and tear, how it's been, how the condition is after I've had this for about 5 years. And I must say that this bag has been through a lot, but not a lot like, say, a Neverfull or like any type of everyday type of handbag. This bag I use on short days, or I use like at most 2 times a week, but not every week. It's like twice a month or something, just because I want to keep the longevity of this bag. And also, this is lambskin, so is more prone to wear and tear other than caviar leather. Caviar leather still has, like, it's not foolproof, but caviar leather is a harder, stronger material than lambskin, because with lambskin, as soon as you scratch it, and you scratch it multiple times, yeah, the bag doesn't look so fresh afterwards. But I've managed to you know, keep this bag pretty clean of scratches. But my method is, because, like, okay, I don't have long nails right now, but I do. My nails can scratch this bag easily no matter what. So when I do scratch it, usually the scratches I create are light scratches. If they are heavier scratches, you can't buff them out. But if they're light scratches, I just rub my fingers together for a little bit, and just to warm my hands up, because I'm usually like really cold, and I just rub the scratch in one direction. So I press down a little bit, and then I lift up, and then I go back into the same direction until the scratch is gone. However, if I have a sort of like a hard scratch here, so right there in the corner where I'm pointing right there, you can kind of see it. And yeah, it's not too prominent because I did rub it, but I don't feel like the scratch mark after, so like it feels really smooth, but you can still see that little scratch mark there. But I don't mind it because you can't see it from far away unless you're like really close, like this close. But it's in amazing condition. The only area that I can't, unfortunately, you know, buff out with my fingers is the corners of the flap here. And this is where the chain from the inside comes out. And as I'm wearing it crossbody, it just rubs like this side to side against the flap, and you can see that it is a little bit discolored, but not that bad. But that's only because I rubbed it so that it doesn't look so bad, because it actually used to look a little bit gray, but it's actually gone a lot better. And sorry, my camera's not focusing, but it's not bad, actually. The only time I've tried to keep this in good condition is honestly not by using this as much. Like, I don't take this traveling. I don't take this to like parks and stuff like that. I literally take this to and from work, some shopping, some short trips to the grocery store or coffee shop or whatever, or like to a fancy dinner or a wedding. Really nothing too fancy or too crazy, but yeah, that's really how I kept the longevity of this bag to be looking almost scratch free. And even the corners, like for me, I always have the corners always scuffed up, but on this bag, I'm sorry, you can't see clearly, it's not focusing, but yeah, you can't see any white scuffing on the corners of the bag, and I am usually a person that always dings up the corners of my bags just because I am klutzy, but I don't, it's this bag is the best conditioned bag ever. I think better conditioned than my jumbo because I use my jumbo sometimes 3 days in a row, and that's not really good, but I think that the lambskin in the wall and chain is obviously the best bet if you want to test out lambskin leather because again, from my experience, it's light, it's small, it's not as easy to bang around, and especially when you're in a crowded place, people will not bump into you or bump into your bag as easily because this sits very close to your body. Now, my one concern about this is in the summertime, I try to avoid being outside very long in the sun because I feel that if I'm out there for longer than 20 minutes out in the sun straight, or even when I'm in the car and the sun is beaming down this bag, I feel that the leather is actually getting a lot drier, and that's not really good for your bag. Your leather likes to be kept in the dark, unfortunately, so I try not to take this out in extreme weather a lot as well. I mean, same goes with caviar, but I find that lambskin is a lot more prone to heat just because I think the pores in the leather is just a lot more, it's a lot more softer, and yeah, I don't think there's like a film over this leather as well, like it feels like on the caviar, but that's just how I feel. So yeah, the front and back are in amazing condition. I'll show you, because I've seen a lot of a lot of classic flaps in the lambskin where the quilts are just flat and they start to crack. This bag, on the other hand, you can see the poofiness of the quilts still. Like, I am pressing down on these and it's bouncing back up. So it's like in crazy good condition, and the way I store it, honestly, I just sit it up. I never have it sitting down on its back unless it's for like a short time. But when I store it, I just have it straight up. And it sits like that with the chain inside, and I don't see any scratches, wear and tear, or like deep puffing on this bag. Now, the one thing that really drives me nuts, and I know it drives everyone nuts, is this zipper on the flap. It indents the leather here. So when I store it, I don't close it all the way. I have this the zipper straight out like that, and I just close it, and I don't button it. I just leave it out, and the flap just kind of flaps out a little bit like so, and that alleviates the pressure of the zipper pressing into the leather. So that helps a lot with keeping the shape, because I thought that this would create like a scratch in this leather, but it hasn't. It's just made an indent, really. And the interior of this bag is like mostly all fabric, as you can see. Sorry, it's really hard to do this with one hand. But yeah, the only type of leather you see here is on this side here, and honestly, I don't see any scratches on this. I mean, maybe hairline scratches, but like it's not that bad. And like these zippers are kept pretty like well. I always try not to have them leave them out, and I don't leave them out, and I always leave them straight inside the handbag. Sometimes this will get caught and it'll kind of do this thing, like it'll just kind of curl, so I just push it back. Yeah, it's a lot of work just to keep it. But yeah, so that's the interior of this bag. Nothing like crazy. There's no dust or anything in here. I keep this pretty like I don't overstuff it. That's what also helps with the condition of the bag. Chanel says in the instructions, in the care instruction cards, to never overstuff your handbags. And I believe that's like handbag 101. So if you want your handbag to last a very long time, don't overstuff it. And that's really what I did here. I utilize all the card slots and all the pockets, but I don't overstuff it. And the most I'll put in here is like my key pouch, or key holder, a lip balm, and maybe like an additional like little compact mirror. But that's really about it. So I've kept the folds on the sides and the bottom of the bag as it was when I first got it. I never have the webbing poking out of the bag like this, or any type of the bag or of the webbing pointing out, just for that very reason. But the only thing that has not kept its shape here is the bottom, just because it's inevitable. Gravity takes its course and it will pull on, like, the weight from my keys will push against this leather and gravity will take its course. So that's kind of inevitable, but you honestly like can't see it, and it's kept its shape very, very well, even on the other side as well. Now the hardware of the CCs, if you can see, I don't know if you could see that, but it has hairline scratches, but still very, very shiny, as you can see. You can kind of see my reflection there. And the hardware on the chain is beautiful. It's very it has a nice weight. No discoloration or anything, because I believe this is palladium hardware. I could be wrong, but there's no rust or staining on this chain, and the leather intertwining the chain is kept in amazing condition. I have never put any type of conditioner or anything on this handbag. And yeah, like there's no fraying as well. It's been kept very nice and neat. And the way I store this bag is I have the chain stuffed inside, like so. Just stuffed inside, nothing really fancy. And yeah, and I don't unbutton it. I don't press down. I just let the flap open like that, and I just sit it upright on its shelf, and that's basically how it sits, with the flap kind of out and open a little bit. And see, the zipper is not pressing down. So yeah, that's basically how I have it. Obviously in a dust bag as well. But I don't have a dust bag right now to show you guys. But yeah, oh, and this zipper here runs very smoothly. Yeah, it's hard to do this with one hand, but you understand what I mean. So yeah, that is the wear and tear of this handbag. Please follow me on Instagram, but also subscribe to my channel, and I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.